Hello and welcome to WHSH TV. I'm Peyton Summers-Ponce and with me is Kinsia Levasseur. Thanks for joining us for WHSH News. Coming up on today's show, we will talk about a rising new sport that is quickly on the rise here in Daviess County. We will also visit Washington's newest downtown restaurant to see what all the craze is about.
In sports, the Hatchet football team got some extremely grim news this week, learning that they will not be able to play for sectional championship tonight at Sullivan. And the volleyball state finals are set for tomorrow, and two area teams will be competing in Muncie for championship at Ball State.
All that and much more. It's Friday, November 6th, and you're watching WHSH TV. A new sport gaining massive interest all around the country has taken on an interest in its own town here at Washington and Daviess County. Pickleball has been described as a cross between ping pong and tennis, and a group of over 100 people have joined a local league and started picking up the sport. We talked to an avid player, Bill Dobson, this week to find out more.
So what is pickleball? Pickleball is a crossover sport between, I would say, tennis and ping pong. So it's a racket sport with a wiffle ball that's about the size of a baseball. And it can be played singles, doubles, mixed. There's all those different games that are being played. And it's the fastest growing sport in the world. You can go to YouTube and see it if you want to see examples of play or tournaments of play. So that is a little bit of what pickleball is. Where is pickleball played at here locally? It is played at the old tennis courts on Bedford Road, right across from the high school, next to the country club. So we put lines down there. We're using those courts to play, and they are working for this time. And we've got 122 people on our app that is playing, some local, some not local, but there's play almost every day up there right now. And we're working on building new courts that will be built with the city and park in Longfellow Park. How do you sign up to play pickleball? We have a sports app that's called Heja, H-E-J-A, and there's a code to log in to play. So anybody can reach out to me, Bill Dobson. My cell phone number is 486-5731, and I can give you the code to join that app and see when play times are scheduled. During the winter, we're going to be playing at the YMCA. So if you're a member there, there are scheduled times to play. Tom Danahy, the administrator at the Y, could tell you when those play times are. But we will have, I think it's 10 or 11 scheduled play times during the winter in the gym at the YMCA.
The group has developed a Facebook page for anyone interested in finding out more at Daviess County Pickleball. And the plan is to team with the City of Washington to install 8 new pickleball courts at Longfellow Park early next summer to attract more guests and visitors to the town with big tournaments. A new restaurant is getting rave reviews in downtown Washington. The Chamber is owned by Liz Chambers and Brandon Alford and offers something unique and different with a variety of items straight out of their smoker. We spoke to the owner, Liz Chambers, to find out more about the new place.
What's it like opening up a new business? There's been a few scary moments. There's been a lot of happy moments. We've all had a really, really good time. Everyone that works here and everything trying to get this up and running. So it's been fun for the most part. There's a couple, little scary moments, but overall it's been really, really fun. What kind of food do we serve? We have a rotating menu. We have a few staple items that we like to concentrate on. The bison burger being one. The firecracker shrimp tacos is another really good one. We smoke all of our pork here. We smoke all of our ribs here. The chicken all gets smoked here. Everything gets smoked here. So we have a broad range of stuff on our menu. We're doing soups and things now for lunches. How has COVID affected our business? We actually opened during COVID. So the things that we had to start out doing by putting ketchups in portion cups, putting all of the sauces in portion cups, not allowing regular menus or salt and peppers on the tables, things like that. So there are some few little different things that make it just a little bit tougher during COVID. The seating capacity in here, whenever they started out, was really, really low. We didn't even have seating capacity in the beginning, but the outside has really helped us. So there's quite a few hurdles to jump over. But what preparations do we have to do in the kitchen and in the dining room to prepare for COVID? Everything gets cleaned and sanitized a lot more often. We do everything under state guidelines, which now the guidelines are a little tougher because of COVID. Menus get wiped down. Everything gets wiped down in the kitchen especially. Masks are a big thing now that everyone in the kitchen, everyone that's working needs to wear a mask. And just make sure everything is sanitized and cleaned more often, the bathrooms, door handles, every table, chair, all of that stuff. So.
The Chamber is open for lunch and dinner Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and offers outdoor seating on nice days like today. Stop by and visit this great new place across the theater on Main Street in Washington. Veterans Day is fast approaching, and once again, the local Washington High School ROTC will be conducting a special program to honor our area veterans. The program will be a little different this year as we learn more about what will happen with this year's ROTC Commander Crawrock.
My name is Commander Timothy Craddock, retired from the United States Navy in 2019, and I became the Senior Naval Science Instructor for here at Washington High School. Veterans Day is a day that was established to honor those returning from World War I. Originally it was called Armistice Day. Now we know it as Veterans Day. And it's just a chance to stop and thank our veterans for the sacrifice. Veterans Day takes place on the 11th day of November, and it takes place all over the country. Every major city has some type of Veterans Day celebration. Here in Washington, we generally have an assembly in the high school gym, as well as a ceremony on the courthouse steps. And that ceremony usually kicks off at 11 a.m. For Veterans Day this year, we're not going to have an assembly like we normally do because of the health guidelines and the social distancing. So actually, earlier today, we finished video recording the different segments of the Veterans Day program, and then we're putting that together. Our guest speaker this year will be Colonel Dondero from Crane Army. Veterans Day to me means that one, as a veteran, it's a way that I can know that people are appreciative of the sacrifices that I made for 23 and a half years, and also the sacrifices of my family. The time apart, the lone deployments, the time overseas and away from family, missing birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. It's nice to be thanked for the service and the sacrifice you do.
The program will be streamed to students in their homeroom on Wednesday. Please remember our local heroes and who sacrificed everything for us to enjoy our freedom. The High School Beta State Conference will have a different look this year. We spoke to WHS Beta member Ian Dayton about his plans for this year's conference.
I'm Ian Dayton, and I'm running for the state presidency of the Beta Convention. So basically, Beta was just kind of an idea in my freshman year, and I knew quite a few people that were in Beta, and so I wanted to be with my friends initially, but then I grew to know that it was really just a large family, and I really wanted to be a part of that. My campaign is going to be something a little like Alice in Wonderland. I really like the idea of the adventure that's going to be put before us. And really, because that's what Beta is, it's just a large adventure, and you have to make sure that your team is behind you. And I definitely couldn't have done anything that I've done thus far without such a great backup team, with my campaign manager, Peyton Summers, or within my sponsors, or my entire club. It was really just a group effort. Well, to compete the COVID, I think that this year it's going to be online. the state convention will be at least, but hopefully by the time the national convention rolls around, it won't be as stringent and we'll have had a vaccine at that point. But within our own club, keeping things clean, we're sure to wash our hands and keep distance as much as we can, as well as wearing masks. If I were to win, which would be preferred, I would go straight to the national convention and run as a state office or representing my state in nationals, which will be held in Florida this year if it's not digital. Basically, I'll be running against other state representatives until we decide who will be the national representatives of the Beta Club. I'm in Dayton, and I'm running for the state presidency of the Beta Convention. So basically, Beta was just kind of an idea my freshman year, and I knew quite a few people that were in Beta.
Good luck to all our students competing in the Beta State Conference. Coming up after the break, we'll have a quick look at your forecast, which will include some amazing weather this week for November. Stay tuned, you're watching WHSH TV.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back, WHSH. I'm Concealer Verser. Let's take a quick look at your forecast for the weekend. The weather has been absolutely amazing all week and unseasonably mild. And let's continue right into our weekend. For today, it's going to be sunny in the highs of 73 and the lows of 53. And Sunday will be mostly sunny and the high will be 77, the low will be 56.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Welcome back. Today we will spotlight another senior here at Washington High School and find out their plans after graduation. Trey Reed is a 3-sport letter winner in football, basketball, and baseball, and plans to continue his baseball career at Indiana State next season.
My name is Trey Reed. I'm a senior at Washington High School. I'm going to ISU to play baseball and study biology. I chose ISU over my other choices because I had a good relationship with the coaches, and that's important. Also, it's close to home rather than some of my other choices. Also, the facilities are top notch. I've played baseball, basketball, and football. My favorite sport is baseball.
What?
The best advice that I would give to younger kids playing baseball is to work hard and go out and get seen. My favorite high school memory would be either winning sectional in basketball or baseball. Probably baseball because it hadn't happened for almost 20 years, so it was pretty special.
Next up, we are going to spotlight another teacher here at WHS. Cody Chapman is a history teacher and girls varsity soccer coach at Washington High School. Let's find out more about how he landed back at his alma mater.
Hello, I am Mr. Chapman. I am a teacher in the social studies department, and I've been here at Washington High School for 5 years. My most favorite parts of coaching girls soccer is getting to know kids that I maybe don't interact with on a daily basis in my classroom, and basically getting to know them outside of school and to get to know just more things about them in general. You get to learn all kinds of new things just from interacting with them on the field and in games. I have a lot of family in the community. What really made me want to come back to Washington is that's at the core. It's just our family community. My wife's from here. My mom's from here. Her family's from here. And so when it comes to like having children and starting a family, that plays a huge role into being able to do that, to have support in that way. So that led to that. And then, of course, I kind of have a passion for Washington and want to kind of continue and help educate the community. If I wasn't teaching, I'd definitely be a lawyer. I actually was on the verge of going to law school before I decided to continue with education. Sometimes I question that decision, but overall I've enjoyed it, but most definitely I'd be an attorney. What things I'd like to do outside of school? I definitely like to run. I'm a big runner. I've actually done some half marathons and things like that outside of school. Now it's been a while, but that's what I generally spend a lot of my time doing. I'm a big runner, and then anything outside. I'm a big outside guy. I spend a lot of time outside with my son, my dog, and my family in general. So any activity outside is generally something I will enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. The changing of seasons starts tomorrow night as the Washington girls basketball team opens their season on the road at North Knox. We had a chance to catch up with the assistant coach Dave Harmon to preview the girls' upcoming season.
My name is Dave Harmon, and I am the assistant varsity basketball coach. The goal this year is for us to win sectional and even more to advance to regional and win our new conference that we are in. And the wins and losses really are not a big issue to me. It's just those end goals to me is what's most important for the team. My favorite drill in practice really, I think it's the shell drill, because the girls get to talk, they move around a lot, and it's kind of a defensive drill, but it's not only a defensive drill, but it involves some offense as well. So the shell drill, defensive drill is the shell drill is probably my most favorite. A couple of them. The one we never really do is the minute drill, and that's when you have to run end to end 5 times in a minute. That's a total of 10 trips, and the infamous circuits that I've kind of have coached do that we don't seem to do that very often either. So those are my 2 favorites, because I guess maybe those ones when I used to coach earlier with Mr. Brothers, we used to do those quite a bit, except for the circuits though.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck at tomorrow's game. Coming up after the break, we will have a more detailed look at the latest in sports this week with Elena Thorne. You're watching WHSH TV.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
I'm Alan Brown. I'm the Washington City Council President for this year. On the second and fourth Monday of each month, WHSH Broadcasting is going to be streaming live the Washington City Council meeting at 6:30 p.m. So please tune in, or you can also watch it later at WHSH Broadcasting. So go to YouTube, look them up, hit the little subscribe button, and then the little bell so it reminds you when we come on live.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Coach Joe Morris and the Washington Hatchet football team got some bad news this week. Good afternoon. With WHSH Sports, I am Elena Thorne. Hatchet football first-year head coach Joe Morris had to deliver some bad news to his players and coaching staff on Wednesday. The health department informed the team that due to contact tracing following an Edgewood player who tested positive for COVID, the team will not be allowed to compete in the sectional championship tonight. Monroe County health officials informed Davis County about the situation. The game will be declared a no contest and Sullivan will now move on in the tournament. Coach Morris had praise for his team and their accomplishments this year. Although this was not the ending the team had hoped for, the Hatchet ended the football season at 5-6 and made a trip back to the sectional championship for the first time since 2009. Congratulations to the football team on a great season. Members of the team are now at home in quarantine for 2 weeks. No player has tested positive at this time. 2 area teams will compete for volleyball state championships tomorrow at Ball State in Muncie. The Bar Eve Lady Vikings and Lagodi Lions both have one more game to go. Lagodi will play first as they battle Pioneer for the 1A championship. The match gets underway at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then the Bar Eve Vikings play for the 2A championship as they compete against Wapahani. The game will get underway at 1:30 on Saturday. Good luck to both schools in their quest for a state championship. The Lady Hatchet basketball team will kick off their season tomorrow night at North Knox. The Lady Hatchets returned several starters from last year's sectional champion team and are looking for another great season this year. Listen to the game tomorrow starting at 7:15 p.m. live from Bicknell on Memories 107.9 FM. Tickets will be sold at the door. With WHSH Sports, I am Elena Thorne reporting. Stay tuned. We will be back with more right after this.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back, WHSH. I'm here with your weather extended forecast. So here to the west, there is a lot of snow and a little bit of rain in low and high pressure system. And to the east, there is a little bit of rain down here and a little bit of clouds. And other than that, it is crystal clear. That's it. That is all for your extended forecast. Next. Currently, it is sunny and highs of 73. And tonight will be clear, and the lows will be 44. Next week, it will be sunny, and the highs will be 73, and the lows will be 53. On Sunday, it will be mostly sunny, and the highs will be 77, and the low will be 56. Next week will be mostly sunny, with the low of chance of rain, high of 76, and the low of 38.
So, Kinsia, you mentioned that there's going to be some really nice weather this weekend. What do you plan to do?
I am planning to stay at home and watch Netflix.
Right on. I actually have some senior pictures. But, you know, on behalf of the team here at WHSH, I am Peyton Summers Ponce, and we wish you a great weekend.